Hi everyone, and welcome to your morning flow. This class can be done in the morning or of course any time of day, because of course if it's not the morning right now, I encourage you to continue with this practice and you'll still feel energized, stretched out, and ready to move. Grab your mats. This practice will be all levels for you, by the way, so that way all of you can enjoy, learn, and improve your practice. Let's get started. Today I would like us, if it's okay, to start standing. So let's face the top of our mats. I know you might have already sat down or laid down, but just for a moment, stand up for me. I'm gonna bring us back down, don't worry, but I wanna start us standing just to kind of feel some alignment. I want us to feel kind of what's happening in our bodies, and it will kind of energize us in a good way so that we're not so sleepy when we start laying down our backs or in child's pose. So let's roll the shoulders 3 times. 1, 2, and 3. Good. And then let your palms face forward for me. Close your eyes. Lift the muscles in your stomach, firm your core, and just stand here nice and tall. This is called Tadasana, mountain pose. A place where the body can be still, quiet, relaxed, focus, firm legs, and core. I invite you guys to find your breath. So notice as you stand here, depending on kind of how your day's started or been going so far, if you feel kind of jittery or if you enjoy the sensation of stillness, or you're just kind of peacefully in your body without noticing too much. Sometimes being less aware is helpful in calming down. Take 3 more breaths standing here with me. Breathing in and out through your nose, feeling a nice long spine and a firm core. And then on your next breath, let your eyes open up and just gaze directly forward. So I'm staring forward at a blank wall. You may have a different view. And just kind of find that soft gaze and relax. Don't worry, I'm not going to ask you to be here for 5 minutes. And then sweep your arms all the way up. Good. Stand tall, lean back. Let your hands open, hold your hips, bend your knees. Articulate the spine forward and down. Exhale, fold. Let your head hang. And now put your hands down. Good. Exhale as your head falls down. Turn your head left to right. Now, 3 rounds, hands to shins. Inhale, halfway lift your spine. So Ardha Uttanasana, working through opening up the front of the body, pushing the tailbone back and the feet down. So feel those 3 different energies. Exhale, forward fold. Good. Again, energy 1, heart forward. Energy 2, hips back. Energy 3, press down and lower. One more time, we're going to add a 4th energy, rise up. Energy through the heart, breath in, hips push back, feet push down. Now core, lift up. Take 1 more breath. Good. Exhale, bow down, hang down, and now separate your feet even wider. Mine are already at 6 inches, so I'm going to go about a foot and a half. Grab for opposite elbows, and then exhale, hang. Let your head fall down towards your forearms. Gaze back between your knees. Sway left and right. Left and right. Good. Release your hands down to your yoga mat. Exhale, fold in just a hair deeper. Now, I want you to very slowly bend your knees, come all the way up the spine. 1 more time, inch by inch, bone by bone, all the way to the top. Now, step your feet together, 1 and then the other. Good. Take your shoulders 3 rounds. 1, you've already done this. 2, And 3. Don't worry, we'll still get that stretchy, ooey gooey goodness. Arms up. Good. Exhale, hands to hips. Bend the knees. Bow with me. Good. Hands to earth or shins, halfway lift. Step back to down dog, one foot and then the other. So skipping plank, just take a giant step back with each foot. Land here, look back towards your toes, and then exhale, turn your gaze right and left. And that's gonna help you create a little bit of movement here in the cervical spine through your neck. Good. Inhale, plank. Exhale, lift your hips, downward facing dog. 2 more rounds. Plank. I really like to do this in the beginning to warm up the shoulders, hips, and hamstrings. Push back. And it feels really good to move with you. Inhale, shift forward. Good. Exhale, push your hips up and back. Lift, lift, lift. Good. Lower your knees. Sit on your heels. Stretch out the top of your legs. And then raise your arms up to the sky. Good. Exhale, rabbit pose. You're going to interlace your fingers behind your tailbone. This is kind of a not often taught pose. So slide your knuckles down to your feet. Lift up through your heart. Now you're going to move forward. Bring the crown of your head down. Bring your forehead will go first, then the crown of your head. Then you'll pick up your butt and you'll keep reaching your rabbit ears, which are these interlaced fingers, over your head. 3. Feel the muscles in your back. 2. Exhale, glutes to heels, hands to low back, and then spine nice and long. Good. Go ahead and make your way to your hands and your knees. Inhale, cow, lift up through your heart. Exhale, cat, push down, tuck your chin. 2 more rounds, please. Inhale. And exhale. Last time, inhale. And then exhale, we're going to tuck those toes under, lift up and back. Down dog, push with your hips. Now take a quick peek at your knees. Can you bend your knees just a few inches here? Keep them bent. Don't just bend and straighten. Keep your knees bent. Good. Long gaze to your hands. Step or jump forward. Remember, if you're going to jump, you want to sink those knees nice and low. Keep your butt up. Hop up. Can be small. Halfway lift the spine. And then exhale, forward fold. Rise to stand for me. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. So let those arms open wide. Dive with me down to the mat. Lift and lengthen. Take the left foot, step it back, and then come up to your high lunge. So you're going to bring your arms up to the sky, and you're going to let your right knee bend forward. Good. So start to build the heat in your legs. Hands to heart, exhale, bend your back knee. Inhale, straighten both legs. Do that twice more. 1. Press. Last time, 2. Press up, hold. And now just let your right knee bend forward with me. Lunge. 3. Slow down your breath. 2. Lift and open up through your heart. 3. Exhale, frame your foot. Good. Left hand stays down. Right arm rises. Take a nice twist. Now straighten your right leg if you have room in your hamstring. And then bend your right knee 3 times. 1. Maybe a block under your left hand. 2. Last time, try to straighten that leg. Hold it. 3. Keep lifting up through your right arm. 2. Now bend your right knee forward with me. Frame your foot. Beautiful. Left knee down. Bring your hands straight up to your hips. So you're in a kneeling lunge, but you're not in a situation where we're hinging forward. So don't get deep. Stay upright with me. Now, right hand to the low back, fingers face down towards your booty. Put your left hand outside of your leg. Get really tall. And now look over your right shoulder with me. See if you can Feel the pull on your left quad. And then squeeze your left butt cheek. 3, 2, and 1. Now, bring your arms up, and I want you to walk your foot forward and bend your knee. Feel the difference. Hold. 3. Should feel a little easier to move into this pose, whereas sometimes it can feel rather challenging and tight. 2. Exhale, put your hands down. Take a giant step to down dog again. 1, 2, 3, step with me. Plank. First chaturanga, lower. You can skip it if you want or drop your knees. Back bend for the first time today. That's right. First cobra, first up dog. Push into your feet to come back to down dog. Now again, bend your knees. So try to do that without me cueing it. And then again, remember, we keep them bent. We don't bend deeply, we just soften. Gaze forward, step or jump. Halfway lift your spine, flat back. Exhale, tuck your chin, fold. Inhale, standing, take your arms up high. And then dive with me, exhale. It's called a swan dive forward. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, you're gonna take your right foot and you're gonna step it back with me. High lunge as your body comes to an upright position. Bring your fingertips all the way up with me. 3 rounds, we bend and straighten, okay? Take a full breath in. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. Bend. Straighten. Ready. Bend. Now straighten, hold. Left knee, let it rebend. Good. 3. Lift up through your ribs. 2. Exhale, frame your foot. 1. Right hand stays. Use a block if needed because you know we're going to work on that straight leg work. Roll your left ribs and then twist. Hold it first in the twist. Now straighten your left leg. Bend your left knee. 1. Straighten. If that's too much, don't force it. Bend. Last rep. Straighten with me. Hold your straight leg. Roll your body into that twist. Yes, you feel that IT band hamstring. Put your left hand down. Bend your left knee if it's not already bent. Put your right knee down. Now we're gonna back up off of that lunge by bringing your hands to an upright position on your hips. And you might need to move this foot back. Good, put your left hand behind you so your fingers face your butte. Put your right hand outside of your left thigh bone. Now you can stay just like this, but I encourage you to try to turn. See if you can spin so you see your back left shoulder. Pick up through the ribs, turn more. 3. Squeeze bottom knee glute, which is your right leg. Feel the pull in your right thigh. 2. 1. Now pivot forward with me, which just means gaze forward. Heel toe, heel toe, heel toe on the left. We want to get a little bit of room forward. Then take your arms up with me. Yes, you can. Lean back. 3. 2, and for me, this is just a much easier approach to this lunge because it kind of warms up the hips so then you can ease into the hips. Hands down, exhale, down dog. Big step with me. Breath in, plank. Find that push-up. Super strong arms, knees if needed. Breath in, come up, cobra up dog. And then push into your feet. Exhale, we roll up and over your toes. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Down dog, pretty people. Exhale, hold. Now, take your right leg up for the first time from the back of your mat. Reach it high into the air. Step your right foot forward. Put your hands on your hips. Bring your head to an upright position. Good. Just sink into your knee. By keeping our hands on our hips, we're alleviating the work in the shoulders, okay? So we're just kind of holding the lunge, feeling the fierceness in the legs, creating heat. But by keeping the hands down, we're not overpowering the body. Good, one more breath. Now take your arms all the way up, lean back. Beautiful. Exhale, frame your foot. We're gonna come to an L shape. So slide your right foot back about 6 inches. So watch my right foot, it's gonna slide, and then you're gonna lift your left foot up to the height of your butt. So I want you to reach your left leg back, push down through your right foot, and then maybe take your thumb to the crease of your right hip, pull your right hip back some for me. Good. Little glute work in this right butt, we wanna wake it up. Bend your right knee, keep your hands down, let your left knee have glue it to your right calf muscle. Watch if needed. Tap, press, tap, press. You have 3 more. 1, maybe lose a hand on the mat and just one hand is down. 2, feel that right booty chatting with you. 3, hold your L shape, push, and now let your feet come together. Take a moment here to rest. That right bottom should feel a little bit warmer than when we started. Go ahead and rise up to stand. You're gonna pull your hands to heart center. Soften the shoulders. Pull the right knee up, lift. Good. L shape on the other leg, which puts you into warrior 3. Capital T out the body. So my head and my back leg creates the top of the T. My standing left leg is the base. Hold. 3. You're on your left foot. Your right leg is reaching back. Can you push your heart forward? Think cobra. 2. And then land back at the top. Nice work. You should feel like your right glute did some work before that, and then your left glute just did some work, but less, because that's an easier variation than those single leg squats. Nice work. Take the arms up. Exhale, we fold together. Again, you can go straight through the middle or that dive we did before. Flat back as you gaze out. Exhale, plank to chaturanga. So you can step to down dog if you prefer. Otherwise, lower. Lift with me. Really push down in order to come up. And then press back to down dog. Bend your knees. Breathe. 3, 2, 1. Left leg rises. Inhale, reach. Hold, stretch. Breathe with me. Good. Exhale, step forward. Put your hands on your hips. Bring your spine up. Again, we're still doing a lunge. This is still difficult. We've just removed the upper body so we can focus on the lower body and not strain the shoulders or overdo it. I notice in classes that I'll take, if I'm always cued arms up, my arms end up just bending, 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 and then they just feel weak and tired. So here we can still hold the pose, but create a little different energy. 1 breath with your arms up. Inhale, reach with me, gaze up, lean back. Good. Put your hands down. Slide that left foot back 6 inches. Ready, set, slide. Push down, right leg up. Find that 90-degree hold leg to leg. Good. Now, maybe take your left thumb to the crease of your left hip. Pull your hip back some. Hold. 3. Stay in it. 2. Here we go. 5 rounds. Bend your left knee. Right knee taps your calf muscle. Press. 1. Bend. Press. 2. 3 to go. Maybe lift your left arm out to the side. 3. Find that heat. Find that fire. 2. Love yourself. 1. Tap. Lift. And fold. Exhale, blow out a big candle. Nice job. Roll all the way up. And then pull your hands to your heart. Now, Your left knee is going to come into your chest. We're going to find balance on our right foot. Move back to L shape / Virabhadrasana C, Warrior 3. 3. Yes, you're stretching, but yes, you're also creating strength, building muscle tone, and engaging the muscles around all those bones and ligaments to keep them firm and strong. Come back up and let it go. Good. Inhale your hands by your sides. Just close your eyes for a second, especially if you feel warm. Blow out a big candle. Put your hands on your hips, and now pivot to a wide-legged straddle. So you can face the long edge of your mat, or you can face whatever is easiest to see me if you need to watch. Otherwise, just listen. I want you to inhale, raise your right arm up. Exhale, reach diagonally for your left leg, and then reach in front of it. Put your hand down in front of your foot. So I took my right arm from the sky, and I placed it in front of my left foot, slightly to the left of it. Now, your hips are a little shifted. That's okay. Just roll your gaze up. 3, 2, waking up that spine. 1, inhale, use your strength. Reach up with your right arm. Put your right hand on your low back now. Inhale, left arm up. Good, and then again, it's a diagonal lift and reach. Tap, push, and your hips are a little shifted. That's totally fine. And then raise your right arm. 3. Turn your gaze. 2. Finding movement in thoracic spine. 1. Put your hand down on your back. Inhale, left arm, bring it all the way up. Good, and now put your hands on your hips. You're going to simply bow forward. Take your hands in your T shape and then grab your calf muscles or your ankles. Tuck your chin and then pull your chest into your legs. Take 3 breaths in this wide-legged forward fold. Maybe turn your gaze from side to side, noticing the release of tension in the back of your cervical spine. Are you breathing? Release your hands down to the mat. Halfway lift the spine, so create a nice flat back as you reach your heart forward. Bend your knees to protect your hamstrings. Slowly stand up. We're going to pivot our right foot into Warrior 2. So turn your right toes. Your back heel is slightly drawn out because your toes are slightly drawn in as you bend your right knee forward. Don't pull your ribs with you. Do the best you can to keep them facing the direction of that forward fold. And then gaze over your right arm. 3, 2. Exhale, forearm to thigh. Put your right ear on your right shoulder. And then let your left arm just come straight up. So this is a very therapeutic side angle. And if you want to make it less therapeutic, pick up your face and roll your gaze up to your left thumb, or even bring your hand closer to the mat inside of your foot. 3. Are you breathing? 2. Exhale, put your left hand on your low back. You're going to use the strength of your legs. Come all the way up to reverse warrior. Straighten your right leg. Push, 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 push. Good. Let's take triangle on this side. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your left foot, bring it in like a foot. Put your left hand on your hip. Reach forward with your right hand. Soften right knee just a little bit. Find your shin, block, or water bottle, or the mat. You don't want your shoulder to drop in, so I really encourage you to stay stacked. Now, look up if you want to your left hand. Or if you're not feeling so hot there, you can gaze straight to your left or even down at your right hand. 3, 2. You're almost done on this side. Nice effort. Exhale, 1. Bend your knees slowly. You're going to find that quick transition through center. Pivot, pivot, pivot. First, we have warrior 2. So again, it's really easy to take the torso and like fully turn it forward. But the reality is we want to keep ourselves in that kind of variation of rotating the body, but just bending the knee. And that's going to what? Open up your hip, and that's important. Gaze out over your left arm. Let this knee bend forward as you firm up through your core. How tight are your abs? Say, you're still breathing, right? Good. Sink in a little deeper. Now reach. Put your forearm on your thigh to start, and then close your eyes or not. Left ear, left shoulder for me. Just chill as that right arm stacks. Stay here. Great place to stay and just hold the pose. Maybe lower the hand. All right. Maybe you look up. But if you feel like you're collapsing inward, you probably are. So remember, put the wall on either side of the body so that you're not leaning into the wall or falling into the wall, but instead that wall is keeping you in this upright lateral position. You have one more breath, really strong in your legs. Now your right hand's going to go down your low back. Your left knee is going to stay bent. Come up, come up, come up, reverse, reverse. Now push through your left leg, let it go straight. And then pause in center. We take our right foot, bring it in a step. Make sure your toes are slightly turned in, your heel is turned slightly out. Reach forward. Notice how I'm taking my hip, giving it a little bump. You don't want to give it like this huge bump, just a little bump. Exhale, Trikonasana. And again, sometimes I roll down, but then I remind myself to roll the back open. So again, you can see the graphics on my shirt. And if you couldn't see the graphics on your shirt or I couldn't read it, then that's when you know that you're falling in. Look down if your neck is tight. Look right if it's okay. Or look up. 3. Breathe. You're almost there. It's hard to go back to back sides and poses. Sometimes you crave that vinyasa and reset in dog. 2. Put your hand on your hip. Bend your knee. Come all the way up. Then we're going to make one more pivot to the center. Good. Place your hands on your low back, lean back. Hold on to your low back as you bow forward. Let your knees soften just a little bit with me. Exhale, let your hands go and then lower your head. Turn your head side to side. Some of you may have headstand here. So if you do, you can take it. If you don't, that's fine. But remember, if you are taking headstand from this variation, your hands walk back in line with your feet. They don't chill out here, okay? And then the head goes in front of the hands, so then the toes can pick up, all right? If it's part of your practice and if you want to. 3. 2. You got one more breath down here, guys. Just take a moment for you. And then I invite you to soften your knees, bone by bone, come all the way up. And we started this series from the top of our mat. Just going to step right back up. Shake out your legs. That was a lot of wide-legged standing, pulling in your hammies. Maybe even up and down on your toes. If you have a wall, you can hold on and just kind of pump up and down. 3, 2, 1. Good. Shake out right, shake out left, pump up and down. One more time for me. Up and down. 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Raise your arms. Nice job on that standing series. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift your spine. You're going to step your left foot to the back of the mat. You're going to lower your left knee. You're going to walk your right foot over to the right side of the mat. So your hands are inside of your foot. Knee down, lizard. Your hips are moving forward. If you have a block, you can put your left forearm on a block or the ground. Maybe you can also lay your right forearm down too, but the left is easier to get down. Try to look towards your thumbs or straight down on the mat, and I invite you just to breathe into your back left hip here. These legs just did a lot of work standing, waking up the muscles, getting the body to a point where it's ready to move throughout your day. Open mouth, maybe exhale, sigh here. Now we're going to do a different kind of stretch. So what we're going to do is we're going to end up moving onto the outside of our hip. Think figure 4, think side plank, think lounging lizard, if you know what that is. Watch. I'm going to turn to the outside. I'm going to move onto my left forearm, turn to the outside of my hip. So I'm literally laying on the outside of my left hip, like your model shot is happening. Now, pull your right foot a little closer to you, and I'm going to turn my right toes in your direction. Okay? So you literally just laid on your side, and if you were to face forward, you would be back in that low lunge. Now, put your right hand on your right inner thigh, push it away from you, and you should feel that in the outside of your right hip. 3. Good. 2. And when I turn to the back side and show you that way next time, it might make more sense if you're like, I don't know how you got there. 1. Good job. Now, we're going to rotate back. Lift up with both arms. So pause here. And this even might feel deeper if you stay upright. Turn forward. Pop. Step to plank. Easy peasy, right? Exhale your knees down. Chaturanga. Inhale, push into your feet to come up. And let's take child's pose for the first time today. Bring your forehead down. And rest your ribs on your thighs. This is your chance to relax your body, to get your heart rate to come down a little bit, and to acknowledge the work that you did accomplish today. One more breath. Hands and knees tabletop. Tuck your toes with me. Go to down dog. Take a nice big stretch back. Good. Before I cue it, are they already bent? Right? Walk your feet up to your hands. Nice, gentle forward fold. Nice and kind of a lazy kind of approach, but a really therapeutic sensation once you dive deep into that fold. Halfway lift. So again, put your hands on your shins or the ground. Exhale as you fold. The right foot is now going to step back. As your right knee lowers, you're going to put your hands inside of your left foot, please. And you're here for 20 more minutes. Just kidding. Just breathe. So focus on your breath and your hips. Maybe right forearm to a block or the ground. And then maybe the left forearm stays off the mat, or you can get it to come down too, depending on your tightness. 3. Relax your mind. 2. 1. Good. Now, we're going to roll. So I'm going to roll away from you. Rolling onto the outside of my right hip. My left foot is going to face these curtains behind me. My right foot is straight back. The foot is flexed and down. And I'm feeling the stretch here on the outside of my left hip. Now, if you don't feel much, push the leg away from you. Or as we learned on the other side, you can even work with a straight arm. which could give you a deeper stretch on the outside of this hip as well. 3, 2, here's your pivot, transition, boop-de-da-boo, plank, step it back, knees down, push up, breath in, up dog cobra, downward facing dog, push back. Let's walk our hands all the way to our feet. So you're going to find the back of your yoga mat. Exhale your peace sign fingers to your big toes. Grab on, lift and lengthen your spine. Exhale, forward fold. Let your head hang, gaze back between your shins. I invite you to stretch your hamstrings. Do me a favor, relax your jaw, the muscles around your face, and any sensation that's not serving you. Let all of that go now. Exhale, fold. Put your hands on the earth for a halfway lift. Exhale, deepen your forward bend. Bone by bone, rise up, slow and steady. Exhale, shoulders down. Good. From the back of your mat, I want you to inhale, raise your arms up, open up your feet 6 inches or greater. Mine are about a foot apart. Exhale, squat. Inhale, stand up. Exhale, squat. Just 3 more. Really fire up those legs, wake them up. They should also feel really healthy and strong right now. You should be in a place where you're like, I get this, my body feels good. Now, this is your flexibility challenge in your ankles and your feet if you want to try. I'm going to raise my heels, sink down, put my knees down, and come to kneeling. And you may be like, nope. So however you can, get here. Bring your knees together, separate your feet. Grab your calf muscles, roll them out to the left and right. Sit between your feet. If that's not available, sit on a block, sit on a cushion, or don't open your feet and instead maybe try to sit on your heels. If this is a no-go for your knees altogether, you can also just skip this pose real quick and chill while we take hero's pose, okay? If you are here with me with your feet separated, and you're either sitting on a block or you're sitting between the feet, I want you to sit up nice and tall and bring your hands behind you. Then lift your booty off the block or ground and then put it right back down. That's going to kind of soften your low back. If you're on the block or pillow, you can go to your forearms with me. This is your stopping point if you are sitting on an object. If you're not sitting on an object and you're with me on the ground, you're going to pick up your butt one more time. Make sure your back feels good. Then hold your feet, one foot and then the other foot, and then you're going to go all the way down. And I know that there's very few of us that can comfortably get to this point. But if I stop the pose sooner, those of you that have the flexibility to get here, you'll never get to notice this sensation that should feel ridiculously yummy in the hips. It's like saying hello, good morning to the front of your legs and quads, and just really giving yourself that sensation of release across the front of our body, which tends to be in that constant flexion based on our work throughout the day. And it's like you're giving this beautiful extension to the front of your body right now. 3. We're going to come up to our forearms in 2. Hold on to your feet with me if you're on your back. Press up into your forearms, 1 and then 2. If you're on your forearms and you're with me here, we're going to straighten our arms. Ready, set, straighten, press. And then everyone else, we remove one foot and then the other. Sorry if you hated the pose, it's over. Get your legs out in front of you and just kind of shake them out. So kind of wake up the back of those knees. Good, feel the freedom there. Shake, 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 shake. Exhale, we're gonna transition to the hands and knees, so pivot forward. And if you can't transition by crossing your ankles and rolling that way, that's okay. Exhale, we're gonna come to Sphinx. So you're gonna put your forearms down, one and then the other, so that your middle fingers are facing forward. They are in line with your elbows. You're gonna walk your feet back, AKA forearm plank, and then drop down for Sphinx. Take a moment, close your eyes. Sphinx is hopefully therapeutic. It hopefully gives you a sense of peace and a way to relax. You're going to bend your knees, and this is a nice pairing with what we just did. You're going to massage your quads as you roll your feet from side to side. 3, look down if you want. 2, and exhale, keep your knees bent. Bring your chin or your forehead down. And then put your legs down. Exhale onto one side of your face, left or right, and just give me a moment here to breathe. And then turn your head to the other side, making sure both sides of your neck have that similar rotation left to right. And then inhale, come back to center. Glue your forehead to your hands. Curl your toes, slide your kneecaps back, and then untuck your toes. Lift your forehead glued to your hands, meaning raise your hands off the mat. Lift your feet. Hold. 4, 3. Find the firmness in the back of your body. Your neck is soft. Stay up. 2. And down. Let's do it just one more time, okay? Take a full breath in with me. Exhale, forehead is glued, so it's totally relaxed. Lift up through your palms and your feet. Can you come higher? 4, 3, find your back strength, find your core strength. 2, go flat. Beautiful, beautiful. Exhale, cobra, up dog. Take your time. Downward facing dog, you're almost there. Open mouth, sigh. Walk your hands to the back of your mat again. Slide your hands underneath your feet, one and then the other, Padahasana. So we're going to take this variation of a forward fold and a wrist stretch. Then we're going to take our squats, and then our squats are going to take us to our knees, which is going to take us to seated, okay? So little extra work built in there for you today to make sure everything is awake and warm and ready to rock and roll. Good. Maybe move your toes around on the creases of your wrists. Feel the sensation there of kind of giving yourself a little self-massage. Remove your hands from your feet, one and then the other. Good. And then soften the knees as you come all the way up. 5 squats to make it 10 total. So it's chair pose. We're just doing it a little different. So opening up those feet, inhale, arms up, drop down, 1. And sometimes adding a little bit of strength-based movement to a sore or tired body can actually be really, really healthy for it. And maybe it kind of triggers this like, hey, maybe I should do this more. 1 more. Good. All right. Now, squat, heels, squat, knees, you're on the mat. Good. Hands down, come to seated. Extend your right leg out with me for Janu Shavasana A. Way to work and stay with the sequencing today. Toes up, heel down. Take your arms up high. Take your right hand in front of you. Wrap it around your left ribs. So give yourself a half hug. Pull your ribs to the right. Then fold over your leg. And see if you're able to get a little deeper in your fold. And remember, if you can't hold your foot, that's okay. You can place your hands next to your leg. 3. Bow down. 2. And 1. Bring your body up. Good. Switch. Opposite foot, opposite leg. Flex your foot, meaning toes, pull back to shin. Raise your arms up high. Take your left arm forward this time. Grab your right ribs, tug, and then fold over left leg. Let it go. 3. 2. One more breath for me, guys. 1. Come all the way up on your inhale. Good. Both legs out in front of you. Get your booty out of the way. Lift your cheeks, which literally just means don't lean to one side. Really try to find the center of your booty. Toes up, reaching back for your shins, arms up. Take a long stretch forward. Obviously, I have a lot of room here, and you may not have this much room. That's okay. And then fold in wherever you feel comfortable. Similar to that last fold where you may not have found your feet or you may not have been folding as deep. Totally fine. Just work with your body. 3. 2. Keep the spine long. 1. Slowly rise up. Good. Scooch the bum forward. Reach the arms forward. We're going to lower on a 4 count, so try not to just go super flat. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now, once you get to 1, I want you to exhale. Just put your hands on your belly. Slow your breath. Good. Let your right leg straighten and then your left leg, and just kind of feel your body really flat on the ground. And remember, we started standing, so now we've taken that standing practice full circle where you finished standing in those squats, but now you brought yourself back down to the earth, laying on your mat. Let's hug the right knee to your chest. You're going to reach up and over your shin to hold your thigh. You're going to push your left foot forward as you pull your right knee in. Right leg rises. We did that wide-legged forward fold series. Other than that, we didn't do a whole lot for your hamstrings today. So maybe just kind of chill here. You can roll your ankle around. You can point and flex your toes, or you can just be still. You might have really open hamstrings, so this might feel less challenging for you. Hug your right knee back to your chest, please. Switch. Bring the left knee in, lay the right leg down. Good. Drag your knee in nice and tight. On your next breath, I want you to gently extend your leg. And then let the leg come towards you. Long through both legs as you flex your feet, your heel rises up, your toes pull back. And you really work to open up the back of your left leg. 3. 2. Exhale, bring your left knee in. And let's go ahead and bend both of our knees and plant our feet. We're going to work through a bridge where we raise our heels, drop our heels, and then come back down. So first, press into both feet and both hands, and I want you guys to push down into your hands with me, push down into your feet with me, lift up through your hips with me. Now, press into the balls of your feet, raise your heels. Put your heels down, but don't drop your butt. And now lower down super slow.
Now bring your feet in a little bit closer to you this time. See if you can make a different shape. Take a breath in at the bottom. Exhale, press down into your feet, engage your glutes, come up. Press into the balls of your feet, lift your heels, press up higher. Stay this lifted as you drop your heels. You can do it. Firm your butt. And now slowly lower down. Good. Take an open mouth. Take your time and pull both knees in, wrapping your hands around your mid-shins or right below your knees, and give me a nice spinal rock from side to side. Now as your arms create a capital T shape, you're going to take your hips, give them a booty bump to the left as you stack your knees and drop them to the right. This is a great moment to close your eyes in your yoga practice and just to listen. Hopefully you're not straining your neck to look for me and see the screen so you can figure out what's next, but instead, just listen for the cueing and try to feel your body at ease and in a really soft place for rest. Take a breath in. Exhale as you make your way through center. Your low back is going to ground. You're going to give me a booty bump to the right. You're going to drop those knees to your left. Yes, you can. You're going to spread and open your ribs. 3. 2. Is there a sensation side to side that feels similar? And 1. Hopefully your space is really quiet and relaxing as you pivot back to center. Take your time. From there, you're going to move to happy baby so that can be our final pose before Shavasana. So I want you to reach for the bottoms of your feet. Pull your knees into the right and the left armpit as you feel your knees spread away from each other. Exhale as you pull down on your feet and you lift your heart up. Give yourself a little rock side to side. Rocking in happy baby might feel a little vulnerable to you just because of the positioning of the body, but also because you're tight. But sometimes if you just let yourself rock, you have a little bit more mobility. Take another breath in with me here, and then exhale. Let's enter our Shavasana together. Lower your legs. You're welcome to maybe use some pillows or blocks to prop up the bottoms of your knees, which feels really nice. Or just close your practice with me, legs long. Toes are falling to the left and the right as your heels are kind of falling in. And then I'm going to let my palms rotate up on the earth as the back of my head presses into my mat. I invite you to feel this energy with me. An energy of peace, calmness, support. We have our community support in a yoga practice. Asking yourself, how am I doing? And then you can ask others, how are you doing? Making sure you're taken care of in order to provide the best care and support for others. Take a deep breath in. And a gentle exhale out. Big sigh. Reach your arms over your head. Stretch it out from one end to the other. You put your body through so many different movements today, and you really allowed yourself that opportunity to aliven inside, outside. You're more than welcome to curl to your right side in a small ball or bring your knees into your chest and then gently make your way to seated once your body is ready. I want you to sit quietly for 1 minute, okay? It's going to be really challenging if you haven't done this before. So I want you to close your eyes and just be right here in your body. Hear the sounds of whatever is around you, or hear the silence. Focus on your breath, maintaining a strong posture without moving. And then noticing for yourself, how do you feel? Last few breaths seated here together. Closing off this minute shortly. Bring your hands to heart center. Have a very beautiful rest of your day. Please take your time bowing forward. Stay forward as long as you want. And thank you so much for choosing to practice with me. Nice work.